This is KGW News at 5.
First at 5, Omicron in Oregon. The first 3 cases of the relatively new variant of COVID-19 have been detected in our state. The 3 people who contracted the Omicron variant of the coronavirus are young, and as Mike Benner reports, 2 of them recently traveled internationally.
I know it's difficult for many of you to hear.
Oregon Health Authority epidemiologist Dr. Dean Seidlinger reveals the Omicron variant of COVID-19 is now in Oregon.
We shared that it was a matter of when, not if, the Omicron variant of COVID-19 would be detected in Oregon. We recognize this news is frightening to many people.
Dr. Seidlinger says the first 3 cases are in Multnomah and Washington counties. The individuals are in their 20s and 30s. 2 of them recently traveled internationally. All 3 of them are fully vaccinated.
Once I saw that there had been cases confirmed in California and Washington, I figured it was only a matter of time.
Multnomah County Health Officer Dr. Jennifer Vines says she's not terribly surprised the Omicron variant turned up in fully vaccinated people. She says the vaccine does not keep the virus from getting into your nose or throat. Instead,
vaccines do what we hoped they would do, which is prevent severe illness. Seriously ill, hospitalizations, death from infection.
Our goal is to really help the people of Oregon.
Dr. Donna Hansel is the chair of OHSU's Department of Pathology and Laboratory Medicine. Dr. Hansel's team detected Oregon's first 3 cases of the Omicron variant through genomic sequencing. When asked if she expects to see even more positive cases in the days and weeks ahead,
I think we're expecting to see quite a few more. Indeed, it sounds like the doubling time of the virus is 2 to 3 days. And so we expect that it might be almost an exponential increase in the number of positive cases that we have.
Concerning, considering the holidays are right around the corner. It makes getting vaccinated and boosted, wearing masks, and socially distancing all the more important.
All of these steps help protect us as individuals, our family and loved ones that we return home to, as well as our broader community.
And it's important to remember 2 of the first 3 cases are individuals who recently traveled outside of the country. If you plan to do that, Dr. Seidlinger says it's important to get tested 3 to 5 days after you get home. I'm Mike Benner for KGW News.
New data shows Omicron is spreading quickly in Washington, too, where the first case was detected 2 weeks ago. Researchers at Washington State have detected at least 50 cases, and that doesn't include other labs around the state working to find the variant. Washington nurses are calling on the state to pass a law addressing the nursing shortage there. A collection of unions announced the launch of the Washington Safe and Healthy campaign. It asked lawmakers to pass a bill to remedy the nursing shortage before it gets worse. The unions want a bill to address the crisis in 3 ways: by instituting safe staffing standards, by enforcing existing laws on overtime, meal times, and rest breaks, and by recruiting more workers.
Calling us heroes is not enough. It was never enough. It is time for the hospital executive to step up for the frontline workers who have sacrificed so much.
People are leaving because of the burnout and the stress, that those people aren't there for us. And then what that begins to do is trickle down into the patient's safety.
The bill is still in the draft stages and could be discussed as soon as January 10th when the legislative session begins in Washington. Did you catch a dusting of snow this morning or maybe last night? Some of us in the higher elevation areas around town woke up to flakes on the ground, and that's after parts of the valley dipped to freezing temperatures. There are reported accumulations of up to 1 inch in the West Hills. Things did clear out, as you noticed, during the day as the sun came out, and it came out brilliantly too, almost blindingly. But the big question is, Matt, is more snow on the way to the metro area? Here's Chief Meteorologist Matt Zafino.
It was a beautiful afternoon, but a cool one, and I had a little bit of snow on the grass at my house. Nothing really sticking on the roadways there, but tomorrow morning we get another chance of snow, and this one would be more widespread. Last night it was showers, individual cells of snow that dropped the white stuff around town, which is fun to see. This is the next system rolling on in. So again, it's a different animal, but the result may be really quite similar. Temperatures are cool already. It's already down to 37 in Hillsborough and Forest Grove, 39 in King City and Sherwood, 38 in West Lynn. So we don't have that far to fall to get temperatures cold enough for some snow. Here's the latest modeling on this. This is the European model, and it shows a little tongue of snow coming down the West Hills to about downtown Portland. I think we'll likely see snowflakes pretty much anywhere in the morning, but most places will see less than an inch. However, if you're above 500 feet, you may see several inches, like 4 inches of snow. So the West Hills, places like Burnside Summit, Skyline Boulevard, may be a lot worse tomorrow morning compared to what it was this morning. Part of it depends on the timing, too. I think it's going to begin later tomorrow morning, later tomorrow compared to last night and this morning, so probably about 6 a.m. or so. And for the valley floor, for most of us, a trace to maybe an inch total, and it's going to melt off quickly as temperatures warm up and begin about 6 a.m. or so. But above 500 feet in the West Hills, which is where we have a winter weather advisory, as much as 4 inches of snow. And that, of course, will lead to some very slippery roads. Everybody will see rain by noontime or so after that, and then we'll be out of this chance of valley snow threat. But we'll be keeping a close eye on it, of course, all night long, Laurel.
Sounds like it could be an interesting morning. Thank you, Matt. Amid the winter weather, ODOT is trying to shore up its staffing problems. It says it has made progress since a couple of weeks ago when it said staff issues could make it harder to plow snow-covered roads. The agency has enough staff to deal with our current weather, but if we get a big storm, it will have to pull crews from around the state to help in our area. Right now, it has 111 vacancies compared to 167 just a few weeks ago. So they are making progress. In the past month, ODOT has been on a hiring blitz trying to staff up before winter. But it takes time to train new drivers and get them onto the roads.
We're still hiring out there, but it's not like we can hire somebody and put them right away into a plow. There's a hiring process you have to go through, and there's certainly training that you have to go through.
ODOT says that training takes several weeks once a new plow driver is hired. Officials urge drivers to be patient on the roads and allow extra time, especially when it's icy. Looking ahead to the story at 6 o'clock tonight, a Portland City Commissioner is suing the city she helps run. She alleges Portland police leaked a false allegation that she committed a crime. Maggie Vespa's here now with more on that. Maggie?
You know, we covered the story at the time, Laurel. Commissioner Joanne Hardesty now is suing the city, the police union, and the former police union head for $5 million. And she claims that back in March, as we covered, the former head of the Portland Police Association, Brian Hunsaker, seen there, leaked a police report to the Oregonian. In that report, a woman claimed that Commissioner Hardesty had hit her car and then took off. The allegation turned out to be false. Investigators cleared Hardesty hours later. She told reporters at the time she didn't even drive. She called the whole thing a setup perpetrated by Republicans and the police bureau. Hardesty, of course, has been a vocal critic of police. Legal experts told our Kyle Laboshi this whole thing is really unusual.
Is it common for a sitting public official to sue the city that she's helping to lead?
I don't think I've ever seen anything like this before. It's an unusual lawsuit.
Yeah, it is worth noting the former head of the PPA, Officer Hunsaker, was placed on leave shortly after that allegation leaked, and he also stepped down from his post running the police union. That being said, neither agency has ever confirmed that Hunsaker leaked the allegation. And of course, as you can imagine, we'll have more on this story at 6 on The Story.
Very dramatic. We look forward to more.
A lot of developments to cover.
Thank you, Maggie. Oregon is poised to become the manufacturing leader of a different kind of timber, a kind of wood that can be stronger than steel and stay standing in an earthquake. A coalition led by the Port of Portland is among 60 finalists vying for $1 billion in federal grants to further produce mass timber. So what is mass timber? It's highly engineered wood. And one example is CLT. That's short for cross-laminated timber, which is made from planks that are cross-hatched, glued, and then pressed together. A process that makes the plank quite strong. If chosen as one of the 30 recipients, the coalition could receive anywhere from $25 to $100 million.
The main focus is really to be able to produce mass timber workforce and affordable housing by using prefabrication and factory production.
The awards are scheduled to be announced no later than September of next year. Good luck. We hope we bring that home.